Question 2. An outdoor sporting goods manufacturer is designing a new tent in the shape of an isosceles right triangular prism. The base is double the height and the length is still variable. For it to fit 5 people comfortably with gear, there needs to be 600 feet squared of space. What's the dimension of a tent with a volume of 600 feet cubed and a minimum surface area? So we have a diagram here, but it's still fairly incomplete. So let's fill in the rest of our values. This is L for length, and we know that the base is equivalent to 2 heights. Now, there are a few things that we don't know yet, such as this length. So I'm going to deal with that length first before I draw the net diagram. Now, redrawing our initial triangle here, I know that this is H. I know that this is 2H, and they've told us that since this is a 90 degrees isosceles triangle, these two sides have to be equal. Now this one is also going to be equal to this. So as a smaller isosceles triangle, we're going to have two sides that are equal. Now let's take a look at only the one side. I have H, and an unknown. So I'm going to use Pythagorean relation. I have h squared plus h squared is equal to c squared. 2h squared is equal to c squared. C is equal to the square root of 2h squared. C is equal to 1.414h. Now I'm going to fill that in up here, 1.414h. Now I'm going to be able to draw my net diagram and to get my equations for volume and surface area. So let's open this up to draw a net. This is the base of my rectangular or triangular prism, and I have my two sides. Then I have my 90-degree triangle and another 90-degree triangle. Let's fill in the values. This is 2h. These four sides are all equivalent, 1.414h, and this value is L. Okay, so let's write down the equations that we have. First equation, we're going to talk about volume. We know volume, the given volume was 600 cubic feet. We also know that volume is equivalent to the base shape times the length or the height. So our base shape, we have half base times height, and we're going to multiply it by the length. Now, since we've already said that B is equal to 2h, I can simplify this equation a little bit more. So I have 2 times 2h times h times L. Simplify that again. I have half times 2, that divides out, h squared times L, and that's equal to 600. Our second equation we have is surface area. Surface area, we have our 3 panels. This panel and this panel are going to be the same. So we have 2 of the same ones, 2 triangles that are the same, plus the base. So 2 times 1.414H times L plus 2 triangles, 2 times half base times height plus our base of the prism, 2H times L. Okay, let's continue on to simplify. These divide out. I have 2H squared here. This becomes 2.828 HL plus 2H squared plus 2HL. These two are like terms, so I'm going to simplify it again by adding them up. 4.828 HL plus 2H squared. Okay, so these are my 2 equations that I'm working with. So since we know that this one is our fixed and this one is the one we're going to optimize, let's rearrange our fixed one so we can substitute it into our optimized equation. (600) equals to H squared L. L is equal to 600 divided by H squared. So let's substitute it into surface area. Surface area equals 4.828 times, or H times 600 H squared plus 2 times H squared. Let's simplify that again. These H, one of them divide out. 4.828 times 600 gives us 2,896.8 divided by H plus 2H squared. So this is our surface area. We're going to throw this into Desmos now. All right, we have, let's go to Desmos. I'm going to type in the equation 2896 divided by x plus 2x squared. Now, this is going to be too small for us to see, so I'm going to have to zoom out. Sorry, that's my cat walking by. I'm going to make my x value smaller so that I can zoom in on it. Okay. Okay, so our minimum value, just going to rewrite that here, 8.98, 483.864, and this is our surface area, this is our height. So at the height of 8.98, we would have the maximum surface area of 400 83. Now let me just round that to a 9. So I'm going to say height is optimal at approximately 9. So that would mean that my length, I'm going back to my equation here, 600 divided by 81, 7.4. Our volume is 600 feet cubed, and surface area is 483.86 feet squared.